what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy, Big Game James, and I want to welcome you to the Chop Shop. Alongside me tonight, I got my man, the musicologist A. Reed,
Sir.
the buff nerd Jay Stoggs,
Let's go.
and our very special guest. What the world, Bo? Big Low Country from Low Country Sports. Low, welcome.
What in the world, Bo? What's going on with your fam?
Hey man, hey, so glad that you had a chance to get on here with us and do this thing. And everyone that's watching and tuning in for the first time, this is going to be the first ever Big Game Entertainment NFL mock draft. Mock drafts are crazy hot right now. And big shout out to my man Smitty, who said 9,000 times, Big Game, you got to do a mock draft, got to do a mock draft. And the day we did the mock draft, he had to go get dental work. He couldn't even join us. He kind of pissed off about it. But, hey, Smitty, if you watching, man, speedy recovery. We hope you feeling better, brother. And thank you for, putting this idea in our head and, making me go out and study this draft class a little bit more extensively than I do. And this is the thing. I usually try to base all my study guys off of what I saw during the year. And it's crazy because I feel like I didn't watch as in depth as I usually do this year. So when it comes down to draft time, does everybody in here have, I know Stocks, you told me something you do, but everybody got a draft ritual or anything they do around draft time for their teams?
I always go back, first you go through the whole level of looking at the YouTube videos, looking at the highlights and everything like that. I'm actually checked into, I got a few homeboys who are prospect, scout prospect. So it's like, I check in with them. But if you look at the highlights, it's one of those cases where, they're highlights for a reason.
Right.
I want to see what a kid does whenever he faces adversity and things like that. And, I just kind of take it how I see it. But I try to watch as many college games throughout the season as I can.
Right. Reed, you got anything you like to do, man, around draft time and preparing for seeing who's coming out and who the Bengals might actually be eyeballing?
Well, I keep up with their news and their wants and their needs, and kind of watch to see the kind of guys that they are looking at, that they're kind of trying to bring in and talk about. So I kind of do research upon those guys a little bit. But then at the same time, man, I'm looking at every team and seeing, especially like even during the season, while the season is going, I mean, you can pretty much determine who needs what as the season is going. So it gives you a good, clear, perspective of what these teams need to go, which way they need to go going forward. But that's the beauty of this draft, man. That's the beauty of the draft because, you're building pieces. You're building pieces every year. So, it's just, whoever's going to get the most bang for their buck, man. So
Got you. Jay Stoggs, what about you? I know you say you do an annual draft party, which I think is real cool, man. Anything else other than that before getting ready for that draft party?
Here's the thing, man. Just like most teams, most fans, you get, real excited, get hyped because this is the beginning, of the beginning of the beginning. And you're like, okay, what are the needs and what happened in free agency, which was crazy this year. So it's like, oh man, so it's hype. You start looking at, the drafts, the mock drafts that people are talking about, the players that are moving up the board, down the board, the Senior Bowl, stuff like that. And you start saying, okay, this is who I want. You start talking to your homeboys, like, what are you thinking? What do you thinking? What do you think? And so, we have a draft party, and we're all excited. We have wings and pizza, catfish, bro. We do it up, man. And then next thing you know, as a Cowboys fan, they draft, and you're like, what the hell is that? And so that's usually my draft ritual. And then like late Thursday night, early Friday morning, I'm crying in a pillow.
Gotcha.
With the exception of this last year. I was very excited, but
hey, Michael Parsons was a great pick.
Yeah, pretty much crying in the pillow.
Great pick, and I got to take my hat off to the Cowboys front office because when they got Parsons, I was like, "Is that really what they needed?"
Yeah.
But his play, his level of play, and his versatility was like no other, so it made it great. I know the one thing I'm super excited about nowadays is social media, things like Twitter and even groups on Facebook. So able to
Mm-hmm.
get out there, and even though I'm not a fan of all these different teams, I'm a member of all these different groups. So I want to be a member of the
Oh yeah,
NFC East group because I want to see what they're talking about. And it's
yeah.
a way for me to get quick news. Low a couple weeks ago had me on the NFC South roundtable. I'm on a couple of different NFC groups online. So just going out and seeing different ideas and perspectives of different people, of different fans. Because, like, the one thing that's always been easy for me is being an athlete and playing the game, but learning to look in between the lines of what's
Mm,
going on the field, to
mm.
learning what that guy's like off the field, to film is easy because as a player we had to watch film. But now trying to go out and evaluate other people to try to find my team's needs, I think is really cool. And that's why, like, when this whole idea came up and we talked about it, I was like, let's all get our general manager hats on, see if we know what the hell we talking about, and have a little bit of fun while we're doing it. So,
So I got to ask you this. Is you bring up a very interesting point, which my brain is always working. So now
mhm.
the question is, you talked about I played the game at the highest level, but now I'm actually having to look at it from a totally different perspective.
Yeah.
Uh, man, talk about that. I mean, that's I've heard that from other players before, but to hear it, another player say it, kind of give that perspective of what you're actually talking about.
Well, Jay, it's crazy because even like when I was on with Lowe and the fellas a couple weeks ago, man, I was like, hey, this is something new for me because as a player, I know my teammates, I
Mm-hmm.
know my front office people, I know
Mm-hmm.
everybody in the building I need to know to talk to every week. I
Right.
know the opponent we're gonna face that week. But as a
Mm-hmm.
fan, you know what people like to eat for dinner, where they like to
Right.
take their wife, what kind of car
Right.
they drove when they first turned 16. I'm like, God damn, what are you doing? Are you stalking people? But
Right.
this is just a whole different vantage point. And
Mm-hmm.
I really, for me, I was intrigued. I'm always intrigued to talk to like super fans and fanatics, like we say on the other show, because
Yeah.
I like to see how your mind works. Because see,
Right.
for me, when we got there in the mornings at 6:30 workouts, I was punching the clock. I was going to work. I was hitting the weight room. I was
Right.
going to get film, get breakfast, and we had team meetings, position meetings, walkthroughs, lunch, back on the
Right.
field for special teams, regular practice, off the field, training room, go home, get some
Right.
sleep, do the same thing the next day.
Yeah.
That was my 9 to 5. While I'm doing that, fans are, man, Tampa Bay just drafted this kid named James Canada out of Nevada in the 6th round. Says he's got a real high motor and can get all over the field. I'm about to look some more stuff up. I go into a store, meet somebody. Oh my God, James Canada, you did this, and your senior year in Nevada, you did this. And I'm just like, what the hell?
Yeah, man.
So,
Yeah,
so
I
it's
can
just a whole
imagine.
different perspective
I
for
can
Yeah.
when
imagine.
I'm looking at it. Like I want to take the field, learn my craft, be great at it, know my opponent, so I know what tendencies to read when I'm on the defensive line and what they're doing.
Right.
Other people are watching the game, really learning those people and learning the depth of what's going on the team. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's the great part that all you guys help bring to me. You're
Yeah.
bringing a part of the game to me that I hadn't really had to break down before. But
Right.
now it's forced me to put a different hat on and wear a different hat when I start trying to figure out not just that I call Tampa Bay my team, but how do they think? What depth do they have?
Yeah.
If Donovan, Smith gets hurt, who's gonna come into that tackle position? It's just different little things, man. I just think it's real
Yeah.
cool because fans and players don't think the same.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
no.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Yeah.
when you dig down, and some players aren't going to reach out and talk enough to that fan to see where
Sure.
they're coming from and learn their point of view. To whereas I think it's cool as hell to sit down and talk to guys like when I did the crew with Misador, and every week whoever they played, he had a round table and he would get a super fan from that team. So he had these guys from Indianapolis that came in with these luchador masks and they've been fans forever. They've been nominated for Fan of the Year by the NFL. And you
Wow.
see, like, this dude puts a lot of time into being a fan to where it's like, damn, somebody almost need to compensate you for
Real
doing this,
talk,
bro.
bro. Real
Like,
talk.
Yeah.
wow, this is amazing. So, That's just kind of how it is for
Yeah.
me being the former player, getting into the the overall player, the Mel Kiper side. You know what I'm saying? Of things.
I appreciate that, man. Thanks for sharing, bro. Like I said, when you said that, man, that got that wheels to turn. And like, when you play this game, and from a fan's perspective, yeah, we have a totally different look at it,
Right.
and trying to understand not only the squad that you love and you root for, but everyone in your division, and then everyone in your conference,
Yeah.
and then everyone in the league.
Yeah.
And I think it breaks down that way to where it's like, okay, we need to at least win the division. So if I'm
Right.
looking at the Bucks, I'm looking at the rest of the NFC South. Like, okay, what's Atlanta doing? What's New Orleans doing?
Right.
Right.
Because if we can't beat Carolina, then we got a problem. If we can't be, I'm just saying,
Right. Right.
just in your division, like, you got to make sure, hey, AFC West, what's going on in that division? Like, you now have so much movement. What are the needs there?
Right.
And I got a team there, but I got to figure out what everybody else is doing in that division and then in the
Right.
conference. Because if we can do that, then that means we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
All
You know what I
facts.
mean?
Great
So,
point. Great point.
All facts.
all right, man, I'm ready, bro.
Y'all ready to get this thing started? So
I'm
Man,
ready, son.
it's four of us. It's 32 picks in this first round that we about to cover. And the way I got it broke down, myself being big game, I was rude. I didn't give our guest the first pick. I'm going first. Reed is second.
Typical.
Stoggs is third, and
Man.
Big Low is fourth. So
woo.
so starting out, man, the Jackson. I'm gonna go ahead and split this screen up. If it look a little crazy, y'all just let me know if you get me, because I can't see y'all when I switch to control this thing. But a lot of people are talking about the Jaguars, what they need, and right now they need D-line, linebacker help, and safety help. They added Christian Kirk. I think they overpaid him what they gave up in this trade, but that's their business. Evan Ingram at the tight end position, and Foley Fontatula, the defensive tackle that they brought in free agency. So I think they got some pieces that's going to help. But they need a big name edge rusher to me. And I know a lot of people are talking about Aiden Hutchinson from University of Michigan. Things that I saw on him when I watched some film is he's good up the field. He's stiff laterally to me. He doesn't get around the corner well when he's trying to get off blocks. And I think in today's NFL, he doesn't play that corner like the Bosa brothers do. So I think he's going to be a little bit limited, and when it comes down to playing the run, playing that reach block. The edge rusher that I like, and I think that the Jacksonville Jaguars should get, is Kayvon Thibodeau out of Oregon. Now, me saying that, that's the pick is in.
That's what we
Now,
needed. We
he
needed
does
that right now.
he does take some plays off. He's got to grow, but after coming out redshirt, he's only a sophomore. He's young.
Yeah.
I think he has a higher ceiling, and I think that that's going to be the pick that would be the smartest on the defensive side of the ball for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay.
Kayvon Thibodeau
Yeah.
out of Oregon.
Kayvon.
It'll be funny to see if he's not first pick though in this year.
Oh, yeah,
next
no,
year.
this-
I feel like it's going to be Aiden though.
This is why it's a mock draft, because of things like that. And to you, Bucks should trade out of the first round, right? There you go.
But at 27, it wouldn't hurt.
Get something for it.
At 27, it wouldn't hurt.
Get something for
Add
it.
up for some later rounds because
Yeah.
what's going to be there. So
And you know what, Stoy? Guess what? I actually have the Bucks pick. This is the great part, and I know it's the second pick, and I know it's Reed, so I'm gonna keep mine to myself. Go
yeah,
ahead.
do that. It's A Reed's
No,
turn
it's-
right now.
It's a reason.
Okay, well that's funny. All right, so the second pick for the Lions, Detroit Lions. Looking at their team needs, I've seen that they need possibly another quarterback, Jared Goff. I ain't too much hype with that, but they make the trade. They probably gonna still keep him and keep trying to at least work with whatever they got. They need edge help. They need safety help. With you taking Thibodeau, I think that the Lions would probably end up taking Aiden Hutchinson.
All
For
right.
defensive, for that edge. They go ahead and take care of that edge part right there, and they ain't got to worry about it. like you said, they still got Goff, and I believe they have another pick. Yeah, they got like number 32 at the end, so they could
Wow.
possibly find, him a safety or whatnot. But looking at the edge help, because that defense is probably gonna need some help. So if you're
Wow.
gonna
We
go with
got
K Vaughn, we just Aiden Hutchinson for Detroit second pick.
all right. Is there? I'm trying to see if there's a way I can make this a full screen, make it a little bit easier for the people to see our picks. But
I think if you go to the last one, they just won't see us. If you go to the last one,
so if I go right here,
yeah, to the last one.
I know, like if you want to make the screen bigger, as well, big game, you could actually hit that zoom feature.
I just did. I
Okay,
just
you did. Okay,
did.
okay.
I hope on y'all's end it looks good. Y'all let me know if it doesn't. But Big J Stoggs at number 3 with the text. It's your pick, big dog.
Yeah. So let me just say this off the rip. I was given this picks of every team I hate. That's just,
Hey man,
it's just what it is.
I didn't do that on purpose, man.
He did. He did. I know you did. So, yeah, that's what it is. So, yeah, I think if you just go ahead and put like the cinema layout at the end, that should take everyone out and it'd be a little bit bigger. But
what layout?
The cinema layout right at the end, bro. I can do it for you if you like.
I mean, if you can,
you just want to see what it looks like, and there you go. You see that? You see how I did that? Yeah. You see how I did that? There you go.
Oh, you just took us out of it?
Yeah, I did. Are you okay with that, big game?
That's true. Yeah, nobody needs to see our ugly faces right now. That's cool.
There you go. Thank you, Sador. I appreciate you, man. You're the guy. You're the man. Look, here's the thing with Houston. They need everything, and it literally says on every single draft, mock draft, it literally says every position. So I don't feel as though I can go wrong with this. And so now the real question is, where do you go from here? Where do you start to build a football team that needs every position? Mm-hmm. And this not being a good quarterback draft, it's not. And I don't care what anyone says, and they can build it up however they want to. I say you start with your lineman first. And so for that reason, I'm actually going to go with Evan Neal, the tackle out of Alabama.
That's a great pick. I think he's going to be a good pro.
I think so too. There are some other linemen that I looked at, but and I think they would have done a really good job. But I think for Houston at this point, start with a good tackle. You can start out on that left, and then you can start building your line from there. And then the next draft, you can come back in and you can get the quarterback that you want.
I feel sorry for Lovey.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, man.
I feel sorry for Lovey.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
All right,
it's a bridge.
Big Low is up with the Jets.
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 Man,
suck.
Wow.
JETSSUCK.
Already.
So, I was doing my research before we started, and I was looking. It said that the Jets need a wide receiver. Mm-hmm. Now, I know that I think this Braxton Berrios kid might be legit. Corey Davis, I've always liked him. I felt like he was kind of a victim of the offense that they were in previously. So just looking at their team and, the way that team is built, as far as the front seven, it's not as bad as the back seven. Mm-hmm. So I was legitimately thinking, and I know that it's saying that the Jets need a cornerback, and their cornerbacks are looking kind of sick, but I think we're going to go Kyle Hamilton for the Jets. I think, he's one of those people that can play multiple positions, and I think they need that more than anything. If they had two of them, they'll put them in two different places on the field right now. So I think I'm going to go Kyle Hamilton.
Okay, that's a good pick because I think he's versatile enough. He can play in the box if he needs to. He can cover. A little bit like Adams, maybe, that they lost and had long time ago. Not bad at all. Oh, man. it's back on me.
Yes,
And
sir.
I have to pick a team in Jay's division that I think is just like a chicken running around with their heads cut off. The New York Football Giants, and it says they need offensive linemen, edge rushers, and linebackers. They got Tyrod Taylor to come in to be competition for Daniel Jones. They got
Is he going to be?
Well, I think so. I think Daniel Jones has to look over his shoulders now. Tyrod wasn't bad in Houston last year when he was healthy.
No.
And I know I
Yeah.
said when he was healthy. It
And,
happens.
okay, there it is.
What a lot of people I think sleep on, Mark Glauquinski, the offensive guard from Indianapolis, moves over there. He was very, very solid for Indy. That was a good free agent pickup for the Giants. And then Joe Feliciano, the offensive lineman, they're moving him from guard to center. And I think that might be difficult, but I think they address a lot of offensive line needs. But for some reason, I still think that they're going to go O-line to try to protect things and open up holes for Saquon Barkley. And although I believe Derek Stingley is the best player on the board available right now, I think Charles Cross out of Mississippi State, he moved up the board a little bit, but I still like Iquana a little bit better watching the film from NC State. So I think that's who the Giants are gonna snatch up, tackle, and they could move them inside if they want to. And they did draft a guard out of UTEP a couple years ago. So I think they're gonna just try to take a page out of the Cowboys book and bolster this offensive line up a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to say to you, James, you said that Daniel Jones needs to look over his shoulder.
Yeah.
On my channel, I'm always referencing songs and everything. So you said he needs to look over his shoulder like a Michael Jackson ad lib. That's what you're saying.
Just look over your shoulders, honey.
There you go.
Nah, Reed. Just look over your shoulders, Danny.
Oh Lord, boy, y'all crazy.
Somebody about to be there.
Somebody, maybe not Tyrod, but it will be somebody.
Somebody gonna be on that ass.
Yeah. All right. So.
Okay. So I think it's
segue.
Yeah, Avery, you're up with the Panthers.
Again?
Yes, sir.
With the Carolina Panthers. Interesting. Okay, I've seen that the Carolina
Yeah, he
Panthers
is a professional.
need offensive tackle help, but this is my thing with the Panthers. They need a QB.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. I know what they tried to do with Sam Darnold. I know what they tried to do with Cam, trying to bring that back, that spunk back. But you need guys that's going to be able to throw the ball to Robbie Anderson, guys that can kind of help get some of that pressure off of Christian McCaffrey and stuff like that. So in my case, I'm saying that the Carolina Panthers, this might shock y'all too.
Right. Shock the world. It's okay.
Malik Willis. Carolina goes Malik Willis.
Okay.
Carolina goes Malik Willis. I feel like he'd probably be more of a fit over there in Carolina than Kenny Pickett would. So, yeah, I'm going Malik Willis over there.
You got me a little bit on that one, but
Yeah,
I understand the pick because that is something that they do need, though. Because Sam Darnold's coming out defending himself right now. Now, I'm going to be real interested to see what Rashad and Dave would say if they hear about this pick. I'm about to tweet it out to them later.
Yeah. Especially to have somebody that can move around in the pocket and stuff like that. Something, kind of representative of what Cam Newton was able to do when he was there at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
I like to see that.
Okay. I'm surprised that pick, that quarterback, only because of some of the connections that I think the kid from Pitt had with Rule, but okay. Could be. That means I'm on the clock. And of course, like I said, Big Game purposefully put me in this spot so I can pick all of the teams that I absolutely hate. And via a trade with Chicago, that brings up the New York Football Giants again because no one likes them. and that's why they suck. And that's
Stocks,
why
I
they
would never
have.
do that to you on purpose.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. But you know what? You made a great pick. I actually was looking at Ikem Aquanu for that pick as well if he was still there. And since he isn't, one of the other needs that New York has that you talked about was an edge rusher. And so I actually was looking at
He is
I
still
think
there.
he's still there. Huh?
Yeah, he's still there.
No.
You come
Okay.
Equinu?
Yeah,
I drafted him.
he drafted him.
Oh, I thought that was
I need you to keep up, bro. I need you to
I
stay
thought that
with
was
us.
Charles Cross.
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
I didn't take Charles. I said a lot of people. He just moved up ahead of
Okay.
Equin, but I still like.
My bad.
I still like Equin's grade a little bit better. Anyway,
Gotcha.
Thank you, Reed. I appreciate that.
I know, just making sure. I'm writing down on my notes.
There you go. I mean, he's
Okay,
always,
we
he's
good.
a computer. Anyway, Trayvon Walker is actually who I was looking at, man. I think it's a great pickup. Georgia's defense this year.
that's a good edge rush.
Night of mercy. And New York needs the help on that side. They got to get that front seven together and doing something better than what they've done. And that's going to help their quarterback in the running game. And so you get a good young edge rusher that's just flat out balls to the wall, going to get the quarterback. It can help in your run. I think that's a good pickup for him.
Okay. Well, this is the pick I've been waiting for, honestly, because there's been a lot of talk on what the Falcons don't need. They thought that they had Deshaun Watson. It didn't happen. They bring Mariota in. Matty Icebox is gone, or hot box is what some people like to call him instead of ice.
Matty
tray.
lukewarm.
Anyway,
Oh, you've been calling him lukewarm. Oh,
Prove me wrong. As you know, that's what I always say. That's my theme. Prove me wrong.
if he acted fool in Indianapolis, don't say nothing.
I won't.
You like this pick, man.
I'll be talking.
Well, y'all call him Matty Icebox. Just know that there's an icebox where my heart used to be.
Ah,
As my quarterback, man.
All right, T.O.
I like Matt. I actually like him.
All right, T.O. All right.
Yeah. That's my quarterback.
Oh,
No
man.
disrespect.
Nah, brother.
But,
Nah, man.
I mean, it is what it is.
But it is a tough situation. The Atlanta Falcons, they got naked trying to get Deshaun Watson, and it just left us naked and lonely. Messed us up as far as Matt Ryan's relationship moving forward. And with this 8 pick, there's a lot of great talent that's still on the board. You still have Derek Stingley, you got Cross, Amon Gardner. I would have seriously considered the Falcons taking him. If we wouldn't have got Casey Hayward in free agency. So with that being said, I think the Falcons are going to get Ritter with that pick if Malik Willis is off the board.
You talking about Ritter from
Cincy? Ritter from Cincy with the 8th pick?
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. I definitely think that's a
Wow.
I definitely think that's an opportunity for that first jump to happen.
That's a big jump, though.
Hey, Bo, like a kangaroo.
That's a big jump, big low.
That's like a kangaroo, Bo. Malik Willis, he got taken off the board. We had to do what we had to do. I just know that, with everything that's happened this offseason, it's going to be hard to sell tickets for people to go see Marcus Motorola. I mean, I'm sorry.
But is he lying though? Is he lying?
No,
though?
he's not
He
lying.
ain't lying.
He's not. But
That's
is
why
Desmond
I
Ritter
feel him
gonna
on
be? Is Desmond Ritter gonna be what brings the people to the stands?
Well,
No.
I'm going to tell you like this.
Well,
in Atlanta, they've been having issues with Matt Ryan for years.
Yeah.
You got a lot of the old heads who miss Michael Vick. And let's be honest, it's a lot of socioeconomic factors that come into play.
Sure.
So with that being said, I think if they can't get Malik Willis, the kid who was born, the other kid who was born and raised in Atlanta, I think they would go with the Desmond Ritter.
Ooh, that's tough.
Wow, it is.
I
It is.
mean,
Hey, but
ooh,
it's not far
okay.
fetched. What they need. Grady had no quarterback. It's almost like the year the Vikings got Christian Ponder, right? It's like
Mm-hmm.
they needed somebody, didn't quite know what he might do, but took the chance anyway. And I thought that was a crazy first round pick, and it proved that he shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
And I think that you take a chance, and the thing is, Mariota can play well enough for Ritter to not have to be thrown into the fire right off the rip.
Exactly.
So that might not be too much of a bad pick.
Well, I mean, hopefully, because the only competition that he would have is Tampa Bay in that division. You know, I mean, if we really want to break it down, like we talk about division, conference, and then league, and so in that division, Mariota, maybe.
I don't know. The Saints still looking pretty good, bro.
Oh, okay.
The
I mean,
defense
you know, I mean, because it's like we look at it. I mean, just because Sean Payton's gone, and you know, we got to remember before Jameis Winston got hurt, he had 14 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Everybody said that the whole issue with
Jason.
Jameis was he threw too many interceptions. But it looks like he was resolving that issue before he got hurt, and they still got that defense. Like the Saints, they still look kind of scary.
Yep. And Sean Payton and the Saints never asked him to do what Tampa asked him to do. They never asked him to be that down the field long ball passer. Jameis doesn't do that well. And
What do you mean he doesn't do that well?
you
What do you mean?
saw the 30 touchdowns, 30 interception season, right? Jay?
He had over 5,000 passing yards. I saw that.
Well, but that's
He
still
can
not.
throw the ball down the field. Don't get it twisted.
No, but
Jameis Winston can.
his
Jameis was having a decent season before his injury, though.
Yeah,
I give him that.
last year. But I'm saying in Tampa, the way they ran that offense, that didn't fit him well, to where he aired it out better. I mean, he had a lot of, but then again, they threw it a lot. Jay, don't let the numbers fool you to what they did.
I'm not saying the statement made was he can't put it down the field. To which I said, yes, he can.
Yeah,
now, he's gonna throw interceptions.
He throws it down the field well, but a lot to the other team.
But you know what? Brett Favre in his 30 touchdown season also had 30 interceptions. So let's not forget that.
Okay. Well, let's get back to this
say.
draft. Now, the Seattle Seahawks are on the clock, and this team too needs a lot of everything. They traded away Russell Wilson. They got Drew Lock from Denver. I don't think that's the answer. But this draft being where it is quarterback wise, I don't think that Pete Carroll and them are going to spend a pick on the quarterback up at number 9. If they could trade out of it and get it, I think that's something they do. But knowing how they've always been heavy on getting defense backs and everything else, I believe that they're going to go out and get Derek Stingley Jr. from LSU at corner because that is one of their needs also.
Good pick.
So Stingley is off the board.
Stingley has left the building. Anime.
That's a good pick.
Okay. Because
they got to shore up that defense.
Yeah.
They got to do something.
They're going to have to win on the defense side of the ball. They brought back some different pieces in free agency that were there before, left and got paydays and came back. But, I think that I just see them going defense. That's just me.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Well, since I have the next pick with the Jets.
Didn't you pick for them before?
No. That was
they got
Big
a lot
Low.
of picks.
Big Low had picked for the Jets, I believe, and they got that. They got the safety Kyle Hamilton. So we're already assuming that they already went defensive wise. Looking at what the Jets do still need, we cross out that safety. You still need edge help. Still need DB help. But then again, I still think you need to get some help for Zach Wilson. I think for some reason they just still want to go with Zach Wilson. and I think they're just gonna want to keep him protected just a little bit more and see what all he can do. So for that pick, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Charles Cross from
Mm,
Mississippi State
Mm,
for that pick
it's a good
for
pick.
the Jets.
okay. Can't go wrong protecting the quarterback.
That's a good pick.
Yeah,
Now you know they booing in New York right now as soon as you made that pick, right?
it's all right.
Wait,
Boo, man. You
I
know
don't
they
think
they
so.
they crazy as hell
Well,
in
yeah,
New
they're
York.
crazy, but
They crazy, bro.
I
They
think
crazy,
if you spend the capital to get this kid first, first round, I think he was first overall, wasn't he? A second or something. He was first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
First
second.
and second.
know.
Yeah,
So you got him, and then you trade away Sam Darnold to get more capital. Then you need to protect that. So I think that's a great pick, man.
yeah. Protect your asset.
Protect your ass.
Okay.
It's. I watched Blindside like 3 times this week. It's amazing.
Oh,
I'm on the clock with the Washington Commies, also known as the Commanders. Whatever, James. You give me these
Red
picks,
Hey,
they are not.
you like their uniforms, but you want to play in the Raiders Stadium.
You know what?
Yeah,
Both
buddy.
you and A.
Yeah,
Reed,
buddy.
both you and A. Reed know where y'all can put that. Okay.
Yeah, you got that
Y'all
one,
know
brother.
y'all can put that. Anyway, with the Commanders, I actually was looking at this and saying, they have, even though they got Carson Wentz, they still have a need a QB. I don't care what anyone says, because Carson Wentz, to me, has never been the man,
We know the truth.
especially not. Yeah. So, you have your QB, you have guard, center, linebacker, but I'm actually thinking that they need to draft a receiver. And so with that, I think they should go ahead, jump up and get Drake London. I love Drake London. I love this kid. Let me
The
tell you
West
something.
Coast, huh?
West Coast. Look, USC and Alabama have great receivers that come out. They always do. And this kid is 6'4". So I don't care what you telling me. Big, tall, can go up, get the ball. Let's go. Let's get it. So yeah, Drake London is going to be the pick for Washington.
They did, but he's not lying because they needed a receiver.
They
like-
need it.
So
Who do they have?
Like they got-
say on Drake London is right here on the screen.
I mean, just the fact that they got Terry McLaurin, they got Curtis Samuel, but they need a guy that can go ahead and do the thing. I love this kid. I really do.
It's not a bad pick, man. I like that pick for them.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at
All
all.
right,
Wait.
Low, you and the Vikings up, man.
they said Drake London, baby,
Yes,
you
sir.
my everything. You are everything.
Oh, it's on it today. He got a song for everything.
Everything. Hey, man, you got to watch Low's show. He will bust out
Everything.
for something and have
No,
you
man,
dead,
look, he
dog.
already
shout
had me
out-
crying.
Lo, shout out your show real quick, man.
Oh, yeah, man, yeah. So it's on Big Low Country Sports on YouTube. Make sure that you check us out. I'm sorry, I'm from the country, y'all. So it's spelled Kuntry. I didn't realize I was spelling it wrong until I graduated from college. So yeah, I made.
So-
Notice he said graduated from college, so there you go.
It's all good, bro. It's
So
all
he does
good.
have a degree.
Boy,
sir.
when you ran and got that onion, boy, I was on the ground.
Y'all gotta watch that.
Boy, I had tears in my eyes, dog.
Y'all gotta
I
watch
like the
that.
dead otter too, though.
Boy, that dead on.
I thought he didn't even know what that was.
Oh,
What is that?
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was more scared that a gator was gonna come out behind it. That's what I was more scared of.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Y'all got gators in Georgia like that?
Oh,
What?
yeah, man.
yeah, man.
Okay. Oh wait. Oh, you on the other part? Okay, my bad. I'm from the. I was in the city when I was in Georgia. So. I
Oh,
was in the city.
okay. Yeah.
I was-
I'm from down there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I was in Atlanta. I was on
Oh,
the
okay.
highways and byways.
Yes.
All right. So we got the Vikings. We got the Vikings. So y'all can see they need to shore up that interior line. And they also need help at edge and cornerback. Now, just looking at the board, there's a lot of people that are falling. You know, Sauce, he's falling. Trent McDuffie. Notice a lot of people ain't taking Trent McDuffie seriously.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good player. I didn't think Sauce would fall this far. Because if I'm not mistaken, they brought Patrick Peterson back, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. So I could see him mentoring a young Sauce Gardner. So I think I'm gonna go with Sauce. He'll actually be in a good situation because he could go up against Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen in practice every day. So let's go ahead and go with old Sauce. Get lost in the Sauce Gardner.
All right, Ahmad Gardner
Okay.
out of Cincinnati. That's
Okay.
he was one of your best one-on-one cover corners in college football this past season, man. He was pretty good and made a real good name for himself, man, at Cincinnati.
You go with
So,
that.
all right, so it's back on me, and I got them Texans that need everything. And
Everything.
this is a guy that I think fits the mold of what they like to see down in Houston when it comes to the defensive line. I can't say his last name to save my life, but Karlaftis out of Purdue
Oh,
is a
Karloftis.
Kalaftis.
yeah, man. He's a
Kalaftis.
playmaker. He has a high motor. He's all over the place.
He's Greek.
He is J.J. Watt-ish as far as effort goes. Didn't start playing football till later on, but he's real good. He gets after it. And I think that the Texans go edge rusher here, and they take Kalaftis out of
Kalaftis.
Purdue.
Purdue.
Sorry.
Man, yeah, he do got a good motor, bro. That's what we say. And I was coaching.
Yeah.
That one right there got some good oil in it. You got
That high motor gets you every time.
every time, bro.
All right.
Hmm.
Excuse me.
Okay. I have to go now.
What-
Y'all shut up. Hush. Got Baltimore and they're in my division. I can't stand it.
Now you
It
know
is
how
what it
how
is.
Stog's been feeling.
Man, every team I hate.
Not saying that they're bad on offense. They're all right on offense. I think they can, with a healthy Lamar Jackson, they can still put some things together. But looking at this division, especially how Cincinnati has a three-headed monster at receivers and stuff like that, I think they want to get some pass rush in there. Definitely want to get some pass rush in there. So I'm going to go with Jordan Davis out of Georgia.
Ooh,
Jordan
Oh,
Davis
the
out of Georgia.
big man,
yeah,
Yeah.
that
and
old
and
3-4.
and he can bump up in this draft a lot.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
depending on needs and wants, and he's a game changer. He can disrupt the entire game in the middle, man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, hell, if he's still on the board by that time, yeah. So
Hmm.
yeah, I'm gonna go Jordan Davis for Baltimore.
Okay.
I hate him, but it is what it is.
Hey, Jay
That's all good.
Stoggs, I know you
Yeah.
love having these eagles.
Man.
And
Again,
a disclaimer for me,
Eagles.
y'all. When I came up with the picks, I just said, "Hey, this is gonna be the order." And then when I went and looked at the draft order, I was like, "This ain't looking good for Jay Stoggs. He's gonna
I
think I did
knew.
this on purpose."
I know he
And I
did.
promise I didn't do this on
I
purpose.
know he did. You've noticed that I've had the commies, the gigantes, and the eagles
All in your division, bro.
all my
All in your
division.
division. Yo.
I'm pick, all the division. I'm like, hey, this would be great, so they could beat the Cowboys. No, that's that's what I'm doing. So
But in all fairness, you're not giving them bum picks though. So
no. I'm thinking at
He's trying to
okay,
put that
yeah.
football cap on.
This is look. I've said this from jump off the rip. I am a football fan, and so at the end of the day, I'm looking at it from a football standpoint. And with the Eagles, they can go defense. I think their offense still needs some help, but when you look at both sides of it, I really think that defense really needs the more of the help than the other one. So for me, yeah, it says linebacker and DB. I'm actually going to go with Trent McDuffie. I think this would be a good fit for him. I think this would be a good pick for them. He can slide right in there. I think he starts day one with what he has and his attributes and things like that. So yeah, and especially with his speed. I'm looking around the league and I'm looking around NFC East, and a lot of the receivers are undersized, right? So you bringing this kid in, I think you're gonna have a real good chance to be a powerful cornerback, do what you do. Yeah. So there you go, Trent McDuffie.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
Man, that's a good. That
That
wouldn't
wouldn't
surprise me if the Eagles do that.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a bad pick.
Okay.
Damn, I can't wait for the real draft now.
All right. Hey, it was my turn, right? And these Los Angeles Chargers did some good things when it came down to free agency. I mean, Khalil Mack, J.C. Jackson. They're trying to solve the defensive side.
Hold on, man.
Oh, well, yeah, no. It's
Hold
a
on,
big
bro.
low turn.
Did I skip somebody?
You sure
Hey,
did.
forgive
You
me.
skipped our guest.
Thanks, man.
Forgive me, Bo. I don't know
Jeez.
what I
bro,
was
you
thinking.
good? You good?
I don't know what
Saints
I was
pick,
thinking.
yeah.
Hey, Lo, you know this dude. Look, like you said, I don't know you for long, but I know you.
even Jason said it down there. Saints. Come on.
Yeah, you know what it is, because
I'm
you
making
know what it
sure-
is, Jason.
I was like, wait a minute, hold on.
Jason,
Did we skip it?
Jason been hating on me all show. Anyway, that's my bad, Lo. I apologize.
Nah, you good, brother? You good?
Did we do a trade?
I was trying to catch up. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Something ain't right.
It's technology. What the
Rewind.
hell?
My bad.
Oh man. So I know the Saints, they lost their starting left tackle. And you know, they want to make sure that everything is shored up front, because you know they've had a pretty decent offensive line for the last few years. I know that and just love the guy's name. I know it's Bernard, but it's spelled Burn Hard. I mean, you got it. Bernhard Raymond. I mean, so he's supposed to be a top 10 pick. You know, I think I'm going to go ahead and put him on New Orleans Saints. As much as I hate them boys, I'm going to put him on the New Orleans Saints.
It's a great pick.
So you got to protect that person coming in. I feel you. Okay, because I was so rude, y'all. Please forgive me again. Like I said, I got excited by myself. The Chargers intrigued me as another one of those teams in the AFC West to see what they're going to be able to do this year. Like I said, to go out and get Khalil Mack and J.C. Jackson from the Patriots, one of the best corners in the game. Mm-hmm. Now I think you got some protection last year at the tackle position for your quarterback. I believe now, although they could still use another tackle and even some interior, they did some things in free agency. I think they're going to get another receiver to go with Keenan Allen. So I think this is where this was hard for me, because looking at what's on the board, I like Jameson Williams a lot, but I think Garrett Wilson is just a name that they're going to love. So I think Garrett Wilson out of Ohio State is where the Chargers go when they pick, man.
Yeah,
hey, do you think the GMs, when they're in war rooms, they say the exact same thing that A. Reed said?
Yeah.
When somebody draft their pick.
Like
God damn!
Yeah.
I hate them.
I'm sure they do.
Oh, I love it.
I'm sure they do.
We should do a mock draft every week.
Hey, we can do round 2 next week.
No.
All right.
He said no.
I tried, brother.
He said no. Okay. Right. Damn. So we right back to Philly.
Yeah.
Philly has Trent McDuffie. They got their cornerback.
Yeah. And
I was looking at their wide receiver because I was thinking that your boy needed another receiver besides God damn, I can't even think of his name. Devontae Smith.
Mm-hmm.
You need another help over there with Devontae Smith. But looking at what they need, man, another defensive end, another interior offensive lineman. I don't necessarily want to go edge for them, but I think they really need that help. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. If Philly went with this. Since you went ahead and took my receiver, I'm gonna go Jameson Williams from Alabama.
Okay.
I'll go that route.
That's more,
because they both Alabama. You know, him and Devontae Smith, Alabama boys.
That's really hating right there.
Nah.
Why is that hating?
I don't know. I just wanted to say it. I
That
haven't
means
said it on the show.
that means you had him in your crosshairs.
Nah, possibly. I just, yeah,
You said Garrett Wilson. Now Garrett Wilson, love the
yeah,
OT pick. See, yeah, see?
yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, I'm gonna go Jameson Williams for Philly. Yeah. And the funny part is, guys, is that the hard part about these drafts off top, it's not that you just trying to, you can only get like one player at a time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got to sit back and think like, well, free agency wise, I can go pick this guy up, or I can go, I can go for this position here, or go this, find this position at a free agency. So you just got to kind of make the best decision that you can, man.
No. I totally agree. And so
give him another target besides Devontae Smith.
Yeah,
Devontae Smith is good, but he's such a small guy. So give him another playmaker over there.
So the funny part here is that yes, Jameson Williams was on my list at 19 for the Saints, and the needs, of course, for the Saints QB, wide receiver, tackle, but between Jameis and whoever else, I actually do have quarterbacks down for him, but I feel like they need to draft a receiver because we're not entirely sure if Michael Thomas will, number one, be healthy for the beginning of the season, and number two, if he'll want to play because he seems pretty disgruntled down in New Orleans. So, and then past Michael Thomas, it's really kind of a crapshoot. Deontay Harris really hasn't lived up to whatever it is he was supposed to live up to. You don't even know who the tight end is down there. So it's kind of like, okay, who is Jameis going to throw to? Tyson Hill? They move him over to tight end or they put him at quarterback or wildcat or whatever. So this is actually a pretty tough decision here because you can either go receiver or you can go QB. I hear Jason. Saints need to receive. I know, man. I know. It's tough, man, because I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like any of the quarterbacks in this draft. You
don't think Sam Howell or Kenny Pickett can be a player?
I believe the phrase is "hail to the Nizal."
Oh damn!
I think that's what it is. That's a day two type of quarterbacks in my opinion. So with that, I'm actually going to go ahead. I'm gonna pick Traylon Burks, receiver out of Arkansas.
Good
I think
pick.
Hey man,
good solid pick.
I don't like
good solid receiver. That's fine. I don't give a shit. But Traylon Burks, I think is going to be a good fit for him. You got to show up that receiver. You got to shore up that position. You got to make sure if Thomas is back, you have someone else on the other side. Let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can do. Yeah, we always draft Ohio State players. I get that, but man, sometimes you got to break the mold, man. Sometimes you got to break the mold.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So there you go.
Okay.
It does suck, Jason. Does suck.
Let's see. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers on the clock.
I hate they
Pittsburgh.
put
They're in a little bit of a tough situation. They finally moving on from Roethlisberger.
The rapist, huh?
Oh
Man,
pow!
wow.
God damn, they shoot.
Man.
You almost made me spit it out, bruh. I held on though.
Say it with your chest, Reed.
Yeah. So how do you really
But
feel?
You ain't lying.
so they're moving on from Ben, and then it's one of those cases where the Steelers, they're one of those franchises, they don't go about business like everybody else.
That's very true.
So it's like they don't make the big free agency acquisitions. I'm still surprised that they made the trade for Minka Fitzpatrick.
And that was a good pick. Boy, they hit the lottery on that one.
Boy, they got over on them on that one.
Mm-hmm.
They did. But with that being said, we know Steelers, they always draft high on the defensive side of the ball. I know that they're saying on here that the Steelers need a tackle, right? But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you something. I know that the center that they got, I think he only started like 6-7 games for him last year, and he didn't really blow him away. I think the Steelers, just a regular Steelers type pick, I think they would take Tyler Lindenbaum.
Man, I was wondering when he was going to come off the board because this dude is the Remington Award winner, and he is a hell of a center, man.
Yep.
He really is.
Yep.
I was hoping he would stay on that board for Cincinnati, man. Just some more online help. Just some more online help.
That's a hell of I was like, when I was just looking over it too, I was like, dude, he's still on the board. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, needs is just a crazy thing. But I like that pick right there. Man, I gotta go with the cheating ass Patriots.
Why you call them cheating ass Patriots?
Oh, boo-hoo.
Why?
I just want to know because I don't like them no ways. I'm just asking.
You ask why?
Yes.
Man, that coach been cheating since he been trying.
Man, you should be happy they've been cheating because they gave you an old man quarterback. They gave you a Super Bowl for your squad.
That don't change the integrity of the game that he got to be a cheater to get stuff done.
Exactly.
Anyway,
if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, right?
Yeah, he tries a lot. He tries very hard all the time. I don't know why. For some reason, they have what's his name, Jacoby Myers, as their number one wide receiver. I know they need receiver help. I see that. Mac Jones needs another target. I think to be okay.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know why in my mind I feel like the Patriots are going to make a defensive pick.
Because of their coach?
Yeah, because of their coach. And a guy that I was very, very high on this entire season and I think played really well. And I think he can come in, learn the system, and do very well in the system is Nakobe Dean out of Georgia.
Good pick.
I think that he would come in and be the guy that can do some great things under a Belichick-led defense. As much as I think they need a receiver more, I see that being a pick that they would think is a steal at where they are at 21.
Good pick.
Well, thank you, Jay Stocks.
Well, every now and again, you impress me with your football acumen.
Every so often.
The monkeys do fall out of trees sometimes.
Sometimes.
Just remember when the monkeys peeing on you, and it's not rain.
Way down the jungle deep.
Oh, okay.
Let me start now.
Now it's a draft.
Okay. So I'm up next.
Yep.
22nd pick. We got the Green Bay Packers, who I really don't care for.
They need a quarterback because the one they have is douchey.
Oh.
Well, they have their quarterback, and he's not. I guarantee you, he's stealing all that money.
They have 2 first-round quarterbacks on their team.
Yeah,
They do. They sure do.
For a team that was willing to give up probably one of the best receivers in the game and let him pretty much walk away because they didn't want to pay him. And I don't know why Rodgers is just so keen on Randall Cobb and all that stuff.
Because he's douchey.
Well, I want to go wide receiver, but
You should.
this is my thing. With Green Bay, I mean, their defense needs help. Defense needs help. Because if I ain't mistaken, then San Francisco beat them, right? Last year? Playoffs?
Yes,
Man,
sir.
when you sign Jalen Smith for a month, you need help.
Yeah. With that being said, because he hadn't even, I'm surprised he still ain't off the board yet.
Shout out to all the
Um,
knees out there.
I think they'll get some edge help. I think they should get some edge help, and I believe Green Bay goes for Jermaine Johnson out of Florida State.
Man, he felt like a rock.
Woo!
He fell.
Man, he
did.
did. He
Wow.
I think about that time, they're gonna need some of that edge help. Somebody that can at least try to help them and get those.
There's a couple people on this list that I'm still looking at like,
Yeah,
man,
me too.
I know we're not doing it. Somebody gonna get some steals in the second round, dog.
Oh yes, sir.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
Big
sir.
time.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
If this is how it's going, yeah.
I'm gonna ask y'all though.
What we-
I usually pay attention to maybe 2, maybe 3 rounds. Then after that, I'm just like, I'm out. After that,
I watched
Like-
them late rounds read. That's just because I think I got drafted late. So I still like to see how those underdogs
The
do
diamonds
later
in the
on.
rough.
I really do, dog.
Yeah,
feel you.
Because I know I was better than a 6th-round draft pick.
I mean, Rodgers was picked in what 6th round, wasn't he? No. Brady was.
Brady was a 6th-round draft pick, yeah.
Brady's a 6th round draft pick.
Dak was
Dak was
4th
4th.
round.
4th round. Yeah.
4th round. Terrell Davis was a late round pick. I mean,
You got some Steelers. You got some.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's always going to be a couple. I mean,
Yeah.
every scout's not that right. And different people peak at different times. And when you're at a different school, you don't know. But, hey.
And then it's situations, man.
Mhm.
It's situations, man.
But I think scouts like what they like, and so, and I listen to Brian Broaddus, who's on the radio out down here in DFW, and he scouted for Green Bay and the Cowboys and some other teams, and one of the things that I've noticed with him is there are players that he looks at, and there are metrics that he looks for, and the Raiders are known for this, where they will draft speed. They don't care about your hands. They don't care about if you know a route tree. If you can run fast,
Darius Hayward Bay.
I'm saying, that they're going to get you because they want speed. That's what they like. So they tell their scouts, go draft speed. Go get some speed. If you find it, go get it. So it is what it is. All right. Having said that, for the Cardinals, it's almost like the fact that you need offensive line help.
Mm-hmm.
You need defensive help, especially on the back end. The back end and the defensive interior. But I think for them, you have to figure out what you're going to do with your defense. With your defense. So I'm actually going to go Devontae Wyatt, defensive tackle out of Georgia.
Well, them Georgia boys got 3 people drafted in the 1st round.
Listen, as I stated earlier, Georgia's defense came out and showed you what they can do against an Alabama offense and really the rest of the league. Like, the whole college football stood up and said, damn, Georgia's that good, and the defense was like, we've been this good. And so they've been there for a couple of seasons like that and have shown people this year. It was kind of like a coming out party, but they're like, look, we've been here. So with that said, yeah, that's the guy.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
so I have the honor and privilege of drafting for Jay Stoggs'
Hey, there we
Dallas
go.
Cowboys.
Yes, sir.
Now, my first question is, Mr. Stoggs, is that
You know what?
if I would have drafted Devontae Wyatt, would you been upset with me?
No, not at all.
Okay, because that's who I was going to draft.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah, they need interior.
And that would have been a great pick.
yeah. Thing is that now it's one of those cases where, so I know, your defensive coordinator very well, Dan Quinn. He finessed us out a whole bunch of money. That's a whole nother story.
He got you to the Super Bowl. What are you upset about? He got you there.
He got us there.
He got you there.
and
Now you
that's what we're
lukewarm.
upset about. You know what we're upset about? We're upset about the fact that before the Super Bowl, he let Kyle Shanahan interview for a head coaching job, which coaches never do, but that's neither here nor there or here and there. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. I think the Dallas Cowboys, because they do need that interior help.
Yes.
I'm going to step out in a different direction.
Hmm.
I think I'm gonna go with Travis Jones
I'm not mad with that.
because I know that Dan Quinn he likes to run. He likes to run the multiple fronts. He likes to run
That
three,
is
four,
the
and
defense
4-3.
out of UConn. Okay.
And normally it's one of those cases where um, he kind of integrates it a little bit more the farther
Hmm.
the longer that he stays with the team.
Yeah.
So I think that he's going to run that 3-4 defense a little bit more, especially with Micah Parsons starting to flourish and just playing
Hmm.
all over the field.
Yeah.
Travis Jones, that's your nose tackle right there, Bo.
Yeah.
Hey, now, Low, with him having that grade that he does, do you think that's a big jump for them to go from the 40th ranked overall ranked player to a first round pick? Although he is the next best tackle on the board, though, I feel you.
Yeah, he's the next best tackle on the board. And one thing about it, I don't know, how Jerry and them gonna do it, but I know that if Dan Quinn wants a guy,
Yeah.
he's gonna, he gonna get naked and turn
Hmm.
cartwheels until he gets them. So,
And
uh,
they draft everything he wanted last year too. So yeah,
exactly,
they gonna do it for him.
Now
exactly.
the only thing I would say there is I am surprised you didn't go offensive lineman. Especially with the subtractions that we had, and as much as we boo-hoo Randy Gregory leaving, we really don't. At the end of the day, when you look at it, we really don't, because, like you said, Micah being the player that he is, you still have Lawrence, and you still had Armstrong that came on at the end, actually during the whole season. I think that offensive line has to get shored up because everybody is gone. But I'm okay with the pick. I really am. I'm okay with it.
Yes, sir.
He didn't do you dirty.
No.
Nah, man, Low did his job, man. We appreciate it. That's why Big Low on here.
And I knew he would. I knew he would. It's you,
You know
Big
what,
Game, that I
Styles?
worry
It's one of
about.
those situations where I
Hey, man.
really thought about offensive linemen,
Yeah.
but one thing that we've seen like over the course of history, like maybe 25% of the time, after
Mhm.
that quarterback gets that big deal,
Yeah.
like how often do they take offensive linemen in the first round after they take that quarterback?
Not enough.
Not
That's the
enough,
real.
right?
Not enough. That's the real
Exactly.
answer. Is not enough because and if the center was still there, then yeah,
Yeah.
definitely draft him.
Yeah,
You
I
know
was
that.
thinking that.
Yeah, and that's the guy. If he was still there, I definitely would have. But I
Great
totally
point, Jay
understand that.
Stoggs. Great point. The board will dictate what you have to do sometimes. I feel
Yes,
you.
sir. Yes, and in this case, I think that's what it did.
And right now, speaking of the board dictating what you get,
Oh, here we go.
I totally have somebody totally different written down for the Buffalo Bills. But now I think with this guy still being on the board at this point, you lose Cole Beasley. You just give Diggs a gigantic deal. But I
Hmm.
think they have to get young at this position. I think Chris Olave being available at 25 is a
Mm.
great pick for the Bills. So I think the Bills are going to go wide receiver and get Chris Olave if he's available at this point in this time.
Mm, mm,
Get
mm,
Stephon Diggs that running partner.
Yep.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay.
And I mean that's also going to help your QB that's up there, and I mean just giving him more weapons. Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Which I hate it for the AFC, but I don't. So it's AFC.
Yep.
Good luck.
Okay. Okay. Who do I have? Tennessee.
Yep.
Oh my lord.
Reed's favorite team
No.
to play. You let me finish to play.
Look. Tennessee. Dang. And what's real funny is, well, that's another note. With AJ, they still got AJ Brown, Ryan Tannehill. Um,
I heard they've been shopping Brown though. I don't know how true that is.
I heard they had been shopping Brown. But
For
I think
what?
I don't
Well,
know why.
Debo Samuels for one.
He's
I
not
don't
leaving
know
San
why.
Fran.
Well, San Fran would be stupid to make that trade.
Yeah, they're not.
But I'm looking at a Tennessee team, man, that probably wants to shore up more of their defense than anything. You took Chris Olave. The only other wide receiver that I would look at is maybe Dotson from Penn State.
Mm.
I wouldn't take any Penn State receiver.
I'm gonna go.
Chris Godwin's a Penn State receiver.
I wouldn't take any Penn State receiver.
I'm gonna go with Devin Lloyd.
Man, I was wondering when this kid was gonna come off the board.
Devin Lloyd out of Tennessee to help them out on the inside linebacker because they need linebackers. I mean, they really couldn't stop the run.
I think they were worse than the league last year in rush defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I would think, they probably need linebacker more than anything.
Which you would think is weird, being a Mike Vrabel team, that you know that would be the one thing they could do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
for sure.
Exactly.
Devin Lloyd, she's fine too, but I want you, Devin Lloyd.
Ba, 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 ba.
Watch out, man.
Wow.
I gotta be dying over here.
I don't know how it devolved into this, but
You know how I do, Bo.
yeah. I ain't known you long, but I know you. Look here. So I have the audacious task of picking for one Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Fire the cannons!
No, there are no cannons.
Do them right. Do them right, Stocks. Do them
I'm
right.
gonna do them right.
You're going to draft the kicker and we're going to fight.
Stop looking at my sheet. So, no, I actually think old man Tom needs some help on that on that offensive line. And so I'm actually looking at drafting one Kenyon Green. I think this will help with that line and give him more stability there. Like I keep saying, I've said this on the show, Tom looked like old man Tom at the end of that game, his last game last season. And that was due in part. Well, okay, whatever. Due in part to the fact that they were getting to him and they needed some more help. This will add depth. This will, definitely give more youth on that line and something else that they can definitely use. So
Especially since Reed done stole Capca from us.
Sorry.
Yeah. So that's between you and Reed. Anyway, Kenny Green.
Sorry.
You're not sorry.
Okay, that's
You're
a
not
good
sorry.
pick. That's a good pick.
Don't get upset, man.
Let's see. So I have the Green Bay Packers.
Cool, Pack, cool.
Go Pack, go. They did trade away one of the best wide receivers in the game.
Man, because they're smart.
Aaron Rodgers. He was a little greedy. DMX told us 20 years ago, stop being greedy.
I am who I am. Oh, Lord.
Every day when I fight.
Lo, you
know what it is.
You gonna have me all crunking.
Hey, yo. Stop being greedy.
Stop being greedy, lady.
Hey, yo, big low. But we
Rest
know
in
that they
power,
do need some
DMX,
help in the wide receiver room.
Yes, sir.
We also know the Packers, they don't like taking wide receivers in the first round for some reason.
Boy, what is it with them and receivers?
I don't know, bro.
Too much.
They're a
Costs too much
mess.
money. Costs too much money.
I think that I'm finna go with George Pickens
Wow.
Mm. Mm.
You know, I'm gonna go with George Pickens. You run all nine. You know, um, he's a little bit of a douche. Aaron Rodgers, he's a douche. They'll get along well together.
Very douchey. Very, very douchey.
So yeah,
Douchey in the dirt bag.
Man, douchey in the dirt bag. That should be on a t-shirt. Douchey in the dirt bag.
I
Wow.
think George Pickens might be the guy.
Okay.
All right, all right.
That's a good pick.
Okay.
The Chiefs and them letting Tyreek Hill go. Juju Smith Schuster is now your number one, right? I believe, as far as what's on paper.
For
And
now.
for now, exactly. And you would think that I have to go wide receiver with this pick.
You have to, because Juju is not a one.
But they have back-to-back picks. So that's going to be on a read. Something I think they're going to need, and this guy here being on the board where he is, I feel like they got to go get Andrew Booth Jr., the cornerback out of Clemson.
My gosh, bro, you read my freaking mind, dude.
Yeah, I just
You
think
just read my mind.
I think Booth is a great pick for them. They need help on that defense. I mean, they need help on all three levels of the defense. But to start with this league, we know it's going to be pass happy this year. With everything that's going on in the AFC West, they're going to have to shore up their defense. And I still think there's enough defensive line depth to get that in the second and third round that can still be serviceable. But I think you got to grab this corner right here, because if you don't get him now, he's going to be going later. And I think that he's one of the best corners as far as like coming in and being able to step in and play as a rookie.
You read my mind. You read my mind on that. So that's a good one. That's a good one. And then I'm gonna backdoor since KC has back-to-back picks. Yeah, they got Juju now. Let them work out their issues on offense and whatnot. I mean, as long as you got Patrick Mahomes down in the back, you can make some things happen. But I'm gonna backdoor with that, and I'm going to go. Believe it or not, let me make sure on my list. And make sure on this list that Big Game sent in my list too. I'm making my last minute.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
gonna go with Lewis Sign out of Georgia.
The safety.
Yeah, because they ain't got because
Yeah.
you want a guy to take what's his name spot, man. You want to take somebody to take Matthew's spot.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd go there. Lewis Sign.
So so KC goes back to back DBs basically.
Yeah.
Yes, bro. Because look what Cincinnati did, bro.
I mean, yeah. Look,
Cincinnati was like the only team. I mean, it was a lot of teams. It was a lot of teams. But you see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it was a
bro.
constant shootout.
Yeah, constant shootout. So if they can win like back-to-back defensive back help, that'll help them out a lot. So yeah, I'll go Lewis Sign or whatever, Kine, whatever, how you say it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I mess up your name and you see it, bro. I'm just saying.
Hey, Lewis, congratulations.
But he a Georgia, he part of that Georgia defense,
Hey, man, that's the fourth Georgia Bulldog taken in this first round, I believe.
You,
1, 2, 3, 4. No, wait a minute.
Uh-oh. Too many.
5.
All right.
6 Georgia Bulldogs taken in the first round.
Man,
they did their thing.
I mean, they won the national championship this year.
Big Game's gonna have to take his shoes off to count how many. Hey, look, so
I couldn't see the whole screen, genius. Okay.
Good, man.
All right. I deserve that. What Tank say?
Yeah.
I deserve it. All right.
So when Big Low comes on, basically that just means you get to sing. Is that what this is?
Yeah, man. Hey,
this is the most you've ever sung.
Hey,
most.
Whenever Big Low is on, I'm gonna take advantage and play off of it, dog. I'm
Use
so
your
sorry.
singing voice, Jane. Maybe I deserve. You better say that thing, bro. Get out, Big Game.
shoot.
I'm surprised there's names that are still on the board that haven't.
Yeah. But I got one that's going to shock you.
There's going to be some guys that fall.
They're going to be crying, but it's going to be okay. The green room will be.
This isn't the most attractive class that I've seen.
No, not for what we've known it to be in the past, like QBs and receivers and all that, offensive or, maybe a few defensive standouts, that are making big things. But no, it's kind of a hodgepodge of, we need to find what works. And so for that, I actually have the 31st pick of the AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals.
Who they?
I don't know. But
you're right, Stars. Come on now.
Look, as I have stated many, many times, the boy was sacked 70 times this past season. And when I say the boy, I'm talking about their QB. And it's just ridiculous. And they still made it. But they've gotten some help on the offensive line. They've signed some people. There was a retirement, but what they need to do is go ahead, pick Zion Johnson, the guard out of Boston College, shore up that line, get some more depth. You can move him around. This kid, I really like what he's got going. Has a great grade on him. So, yeah, I definitely think this is a good pick for Cincinnati to at least get something in front of Cincinnati, in front of Joe Burrow. Plus, they have two great running backs that are up there, too, that people tend to forget of what they got. But, yeah, definitely put him in there. He's athletic. He can do the thing, Zion Johnson.
I like that, man. Appreciate that. And the thing about Cincy, man, I know everybody talks about how he got sacked 70 times and they still got to the championship.
Yes.
What are the expectations now that he's going to have an actual offensive line?
They should do better. They should win.
Yeah,
I mean, they should at least get back or compete for AFC.
I think they can
compete.
believe. I think they can compete.
I mean, AFC West is going to be tough.
For next few years, yeah.
Yeah, AFC West is going to be tough. Anybody coming out of AFC West, I mean, this is a dogfight.
I mean, I think Cincinnati got a chance to beat that squad in the AFC North for years to come, depending on what Pittsburgh does. And we don't know what's going to happen with Lamar. We just perfectly honest.
Well, don't forget, you got Cleveland.
Man,
who?
It's hard for me to take Cleveland seriously, bro.
Well,
who?
I mean, you got Deshaun. Don't say who yet.
Hey, I mean,
who?
One thing that we got to remember.
I like Deshaun, but what's after that?
Their defense.
Don't even know if he's there.
Their defense. You got
all right, man.
The same way one monkey don't start no show, one monkey won't make one show go.
Hey, man,
it's like
you got Amari Cooper that's up there now. You know they're gonna go. Say what you want to. The dude can run routes. He's a very good route runner.
I'm mad Dallas let him go.
I don't understand it, but it is what it is.
Y'all will pay a bum who's hurt.
Well,
all that money.
It's the Dallas way. It is the Dallas way.
What you mean by that, bro?
Look, that's what we do. We go out and we seek probably the worst people to pay, and we pay them, and then we get upset because they didn't, live up to or play up to their expectations. And then when you have good players, it's like, we'll let them go. We don't really need them.
Sucked.
Yeah. What it is.
Marion the Barbarian. I just cannot ever get over that.
He was a fan favorite. You know what I'm saying? People. I mean, but we signed T.O. T.O. was great.
3 years, and then all of a sudden it's just like
who was I forgot the running back after that.
Just pick. I mean, it was so many. DeMarco Murray was
Murray was legit. Murray was legit.
He was legit, but once he got to Philly, the very next year he fell off a cliff, and so it was, that was one of those things where it's like, okay, maybe they're right, but then you have DeMarcus Lawrence again. You don't want to pay the dude. He goes to Denver, wins a Super Bowl the very next year.
That wasn't DeMarcus Lawrence. That was DeMarcus Ware.
DeMarcus Brown, I'm sorry. It's all the DeMarcuses. I just can't keep up. But, I mean, it's just the fact that is the norm. Like, you have a chance to sign oh, gosh, now it escapes me. The linebacker from L.A. that went to Buffalo. That's from here.
Von Miller.
Von Miller. You have a chance to sign him. You have a chance. But, the money's not right. The same deal with the
They're too busy trying to re-sign the pothead and messed up the Von Miller deal.
You messed up the Von Miller deal.
They thought Randy Gregory was a higher priority than Von Miller.
You mess up the deal with all the players are now escaping me, but the guy out of Seattle that went down to L.A.
Wagner.
Wagner. He said, "Hey, come get me." He wanted to play in Dallas.
I think at the end of the day, he wanted to play. He wanted to play them twice. I don't think he was ever really going to come. I think he was a string y'all along to get more money out of L.A.
Well, whatever the case may be, do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna go where the more money is too.
I'm not mad at that, but
anyway,
I'm sorry, Big Low. It's your pick, man. Round us off, bro. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, you good, bro. You good. I love the passion.
I'm a fan, man.
Desire.
Hey man, that buff ain't no passion like that buff nerd passion, Low.
I'm a fan, man. I'm a fan, man. The only thing I don't like is when people say, "Why? What those Cowboys fans are they're so rambunctious. They're so this and that." Because we're fans. You should be that way. If you love your squad like you're supposed to, then that's what you do. If you're a Saints fan,
that's not my issue with Cowboys fans. I think every fan in the league needs to be like that for their squad. My only thing with the fans is that y'all always say at the beginning of the season that you're winning the Super Bowl.
Wow,
stop!
You don't believe that? I mean, I'm optimistic realist.
Stop.
You know what I'm saying? I'm optimistic realist.
Stop.
I
Some teams know
understand
they're
that,
not
but you
winning
got
the
to
Super
be
Bowl
realistic.
going in.
You think?
I
Do you
hope
think
for the
do
best.
you even think, Jay Styles? Do you even think that I
best.
was going out there telling everybody Cincinnati's going to win it, or even Cincinnati's going to go to the Super Bowl before they even see it start?
Why wouldn't you?
Because I was a realist.
But y'all went to the Super Bowl.
I was a realist.
But when we went to the playoffs, we couldn't shut you up.
Playoffs, I'm happy. If they win that first playoff game, that's my Super Bowl.
You did. You said
I'm
that.
happy.
And when they won that second one, we're going to the bowl. You couldn't shut you up. But my thing is this, man.
Shit, of course, by that time.
Be that fan. I'm not mad at it. Like the Raiders fans, they know they're not going anywhere. But every year, they right there. Every year. I mean, look, if you don't root for your squad to win the Super Bowl every year, then what are you doing? It's just like Coach. It's just like Coach Herm said. You play to win
the game.
That's why you play.
Play to win the game.
Play to win the game.
Hey,
that's it.
Coach Herm, can we get this last pick in and then get on our tangent?
Yes. I told you I was trying.
I got the last pick of the draft. Detroit Lions, they got that crazy guy up there, Coach Campbell up there. He's a defensive guy. Detroit, they actually weren't that bad at stopping the run last year, but they definitely need help in the passing game. So with that being said, I think I'm finna go with Boye Mafe.
It's good.
He has a really good motor. I don't know if anybody had a chance to see him in the Senior Bowl. Uses his hands very well. Big game. He'll tell you if you know how to use your hands and use your feet, you'll always be at that party at the quarterback. So I think I got to go with him. Very diversified pass rusher. I think he's like 260, so he'll be able to anchor that defensive end spot very well. And also set the edge, which is my wife's favorite saying in football. She thinks she sounds so smart. We talk about defensive line plays. Like, long as you set the edge, you good. All right.
Hey, that's that dude. That's
absolutely
buzzword in football right now. Set the edge. Some people like set the edge. What that mean?
Man, I've been saying that since 2005. Set the edge. Come on, set the edge. Set the edge.
Just a quick rundown. Here are the picks, guys, and the first round that we did. And And I know some of these are stretched. We don't know how it's going to work. And I think me taking Kayvon Thibodeau through a monkey wrench and some of the earlier picks. And there's a lot of different things that the Jaguars can do and all these other teams can do. And we know that. What it's going to look like, I don't know. I should say this just to see what it look like if we fall
Joe, we're
off.
gonna come back to that question, man.
So,
Joe had a question. Who did the Ravens get?
oh, who do we have the Ravens getting?
Yeah.
Hey, what up, Joe Smith, my dog? We had the Baltimore Ravens, and that was A. Reed with that pick, I believe, right? Jordan Davis, defensive tackle out of Georgia.
There you go, yeah.
Which fits that 3-4 scheme very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So,
it's been fun.
It's been a lot of fun. I'm gonna take that list out now. I think that's good.
Hey.
But it's been real. I know Reed said he wanted to talk about this one list. I don't know. Hey, Lo, we got a couple more things. I don't know if you got time or if you got to go.
Yeah.
Stop. Good, not good. Okay.
Man, I gotta go sleep about working. I gotta go dream about working out.
You got time. You've been carrying that dream for a long time.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud?
You did.
I'm an asshole.
It's recorded. Well, and that's also recorded. So there we go. Confirmation. I love it.
Hey, so
Are
real
you
quick,
kidding
man,
me?
what happened, Reed?
The Rams are now eyeing Stephen Gilmore. Where are they getting all this money from?
It's LA.
They trade away capital and all kind of other stuff, man.
Yeah.
Their GM's been big on building their team through free agent signings and giving up future draft
They don't
picks,
have
man.
anybody on the bench. It's going to be 23 players come beginning of the season. 23 because everybody's going to be traded.
It's going to be all those, college got preferred walk-ons. They're going to have preferred free agents. They're going to go get a lot of those, man, and it happens.
Yeah.
But something that I brought up on a tweet that Reed saw that he said he wanted to talk on, and I just thought it was good. Something that we could touch on real quick. The fall from grace. And I don't know if you saw this low when I put it on Twitter or not. I got it from Fantasy Football 360, and it just said some of the downfalls. And, whether you agree with it or not, I just think that it makes for good talk when it comes up to what some of these guys have been through, what's going on, and what happened to their careers, man. So, hey, Reed, you have one in particular that you wanted to talk about, or you just want to go through this whole list?
Go through the list, man, because you got something to say with pretty much about 10 of them anyways. Even starting off the top, man, Todd Gurley, who really for a while, I think for like a good couple of years, really had everybody like kind of scared. He was one hell of a running back, and then it's amazing what injuries can do,
man.
It's amazing what injuries can do and just completely derail your career, to you not being exactly who you used to be, And I think that's been quite a downfall for Gurley, man. I think we all had a lot of hopes for him going on, man, during the seasons and all the season stuff, and then he gets hurt. And I mean, he's kind of like a shell of himself. I don't think anybody is he still on the squad?
No. He's done, man.
Yeah, he's out. He's out of football.
He's done,
I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. And he was one hell of a freaking running back.
I think everybody on here is out of football.
Yeah.
They're
out of football. And I think one of the latest ones to play was Josh Gordon with Kansas City last year until they got rid of him.
Yeah.
So, he just can't stop smoking. Or whatever his
made it legal now, like as far as the NFL, then they said that they could go ahead and
but
pass.
I didn't see that one low, and if they did, I missed it. Which a lot of it, Smith, they're not in the league. Well, you know how it goes. He's not anymore.
Oh,
yeah. But I think he still is. Pending reinstatement. But he's still every year. He's like
he'll get picked up again.
He gets reinstated, and
he's
then
a hell of a talent. Some of these blew my mind that I had to really go back and look on. How many of y'all remember Kevin White out of West Virginia that the Bears drafted with the 7th overall draft pick?
Oh yeah, the quarterback.
2015.
Yeah, that wide receiver.
Wide
Yeah.
receiver, man.
The
Just
thing is, and that's one thing about this list is because it's like, is it really a fall from grace if your nuts were dragging the ground to begin with? Because it's like he was never up there when he came into the
Yeah.
league. He was, I mean, that's more like a bust, ain't it?
and that's why I want to talk about this list because people say downfall, but he was never at a high pinnacle. Now Dorial Green originally signed with Oklahoma, then transferred to Missouri, got in trouble in school. The Eagles thought they had a steal as a second round pick. Next thing you know, he's in jail. So and in trouble. That's a downfall to me.
Henry
It's not
Ruggs.
funny, but it's the fact that you thought
Henry
it was a steal.
Ruggs.
No, he just likes to steal. Never mind me. I'm ignorant. I'm so
And
sorry.
then,
I'm ignorant.
Now the one on this list that jumped out to me that I think was just because of the potential, he never did it like Lo said. You could almost look at it as a bust, but Justin Blackman, he followed after Dez Bryant at Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Everyone said that he was a better receiver than Dez.
He
It
was.
should have a better career. And he never got right within the first year in Jacksonville.
Who was his quarterback?
I don't know. Was it Blake Bortles?
Exactly. It doesn't even
I don't
matter.
care if he had Jesus
Doesn't
throwing in the
even
ball.
matter.
He's smoking weed
If he
and
had
failing
Jesus-
drug tests.
If
Jay.
he had Jesus, maybe he would still be playing. But he
Man, I ain't messing
didn't
with you,
have
dog.
Jesus.
I'm not messing with you, dog.
Both on the field and in his heart.
I'll tell you somebody who should be on this list though.
Who's that low?
Albert Hainsworth.
Ooh, there's a name.
Now that was a fall because he did some great things for a while and then
Yeah.
just started tap dancing on people's foreheads during the middle of games.
I think he just didn't give a shit no more.
Big sugar bear looking ass.
Yeah, he just didn't give a damn anymore.
Wow.
So I mean, I'm kind of looking at the list like, I mean, was Plaxico really a downfall?
I don't think so.
He wasn't the same after he
I don't
shot
really-
himself.
Well,
I mean,
who
yeah,
would
but
be?
yeah, they won he still won a championship.
Who would be the same? He shot himself in the leg. That's not even the worst part. You in the club with sweatpants. Like, I'm upset with that. That's what I'm upset with.
I can't say nothing, Star, 'cause I've been in the club sweatpants.
No, sir. But Lo, that club you're in and the club he was in are two different types of clubs. Look,
What,
I've
you don't
lived
think I could
Georgia.
be in the Diddy Fancy Club, Star?
That's what it sounded like.
No, what I'm
Look at
saying
that.
is,
Country, I can't go to the fancy juke joint.
He said you was at the juke joint.
I've been to the juke joints in South Cac and Georgia, and yeah, you can wear sweatpants in there. But we're talking about clubs in New York
I've been to a few clubs in New York, you know.
with sweatpants on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I ain't never been, so I can't.
That's how. Hey,
You
that's
know
how
what?
Buff nerds treat you, love.
No, it's not. I
don't
mean,
know
no
what's wrong with
disrespect.
this dogs right now,
But
man.
I'm still mad at both of y'all for being in the club in sweatpants. How about that?
I guess I was underdressed. I ain't know.
Hey, now,
Be comfortable with who you are.
That's
But if you're in
it.
sweatpants and Crocs,
what y'all think about Andrew Luck being on this list? And he chose to retire. So how is that a downfall?
I don't think that's a downfall.
That's a situation to me to where Indianapolis wasn't helping him
Yes.
as far as with the old line and stuff like that. That was a guy that was getting lit.
Yeah.
He was getting lit up. And I feel like Luck was just tired of getting lit. Especially when I think he had a lacerated lung or something like that, like the last season or whatever. Like, it's just a guy Luck was fucking good, bro. Luck was good.
Yeah.
He was real good as a quarterback.
Man,
Like, he was, man. He was.
I'm gonna
That dude was intelligent.
my thing
You know what I'm
about
saying?
Luck is Luck just had privileges that other people didn't have. Like, for example, Big Game James, you were playing in the league. If your daddy played in the league for 15 years, if you get hit a lot, you just get tired of it, you can shut it down.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But if that's not the case, it's like I'm finna keep on going out here and try to hit people before they hit me.
Right.
And it's like one thing I didn't like about Luck, like, yes, Luck got hit a lot. I also feel like the media made a lot of excuses for Luck too. Luck could go out there, throw the ball downfield for 50 yards. It's an interception. He do it, they'll be like, oh my goodness, It was an interception, but it was basically a punt because it was third down. But somebody else will do it.
If Jameis
they'll be
do
like,
it,
man, you should
Horrible
look at
throw.
these interceptions. This
Yeah,
quarterback is throwing. Gosh,
Right.
this guy. Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's like I think Luck was good, but like for everybody, I think a lot of people kind of give him more credit than he deserved, in my opinion. That's
Yeah,
it.
Kuechly from Carolina retired, Joe. You're right.
I feel you on that, Joe. Yeah, with Luke.
And Luke Kuechly was a hell of a linebacker, man. And
I think up
he
until
played
he retired,
well.
he was.
And I think he picked the right. He just one of those guys that it was all, but he retired early. You can't tell a person they retired early. They know where their heart is at. They know where their mind is at. And you can't take that field, like I say all the time, when you're not ready anymore and it's come a point in time where it's dangerous, you got to dip, you dip, dog. You call it a day. And then, you believe in what you're doing, what you say, and it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, fact. I feel on that. How y'all feel about RG3?
RG3, I hate this situation, y'all. And the reason I say this is a young kid that tried to do everything he could for a team, played hurt, never was really recovered well, got hurt again, and then they just threw him to the wolves. I don't think they really gave him a chance to succeed and be the quarterback he could have been. He came back, he tried to get it right, played the backup role in Baltimore, but his downfall wasn't even to his fault. And it's almost like the same way I believe Vince Young got treated in a sense after being in that horrible Jeff Fisher system and how he was treated. And after the success stopped and his legs wasn't working, they never taught that boy how to go through progressions or anything else. And it's kind of the same thing with RG3 to me.
That reminds me a little of Teddy Bridgewater a little bit. I ain't saying Bridgewater downfall. It's just how they, them both going through those injuries and really not being the same.
I think anytime you have an athletic quarterback or / running quarterback, you are destined to have issues. And it doesn't matter what color you are. I'm talking just specifically an athletic quarterback because now you lose the protection of your line. You're out there against linebackers that run just as fast as you, maybe even faster, and they hitting you full force. You're going to get hurt. And once you get hurt, and like I said,
Lamar Jackson,
I just don't think he will be the same. He's going to have to change his game. If he cannot change his game or his approach to the game, I think he goes down the list or put him on the list of, athletic quarterbacks that got hurt. And
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Josh.
Yeah, you're good.
I was going to ask James which type of quarterback did he prefer playing against, an athletic one or a pocket passer?
I wanted that pocket passer with a piss poor offensive line. It was just a sit and duck, just a great target. Even though sometimes, man, I learned this the hard way. A big pocket passer still normally had enough to get you off of them because I still remember to this day, we're playing the Jets down in Tampa, and I got a kill shot on Vinny Testaverde, and his big ass flipped me over him. And I did not realize how big he was.
Wow.
But
being
where I played against Michael Vick before, give me that dude that can't really get away from us. And the way we played ball and got after it in Tampa, I want a pocket passer.
Who was the toughest QB you ever played against?
Man. Now you got me scratching my head and thinking and read a little bit, man, because going back over time to think. In the division that time, at the time, Tampa was still in the Central with Green Bay. And Brett Favre was magic. He was unreal. He was a gunslinger. He took a lot of chances, and like Stock said earlier, he doesn't get criticized for a lot of the things that he did, and he looked at a lot of the good. But the one quarterback that I faced on a consistent basis over time that was that guy was Brett Favre.
Oh yeah,
he was that dude.
Brett Favre is Hall of Fame, but like I said, one of those seasons, he's going to throw interceptions. He's going to throw interceptions.
I like when we played K. McNown up in Chicago and Charlie Batch in Detroit.
Oh, Charlie Batch.
Them was great days, dog. We was about to bust some ass that day. Those were great days, dog.
Easy
No
day.
offense to Charlie.
Easy
Okay,
day.
it is what it is.
How
Easy
you
day.
doing?
Yeah, offense to no offense to came out
Charlie.
because
don't
Charlie
don't
best
get
I can see.
don't
But
get.
Cad McNown deserves to get hit every time
Oh,
they
shoot.
snap the ball.
I'm laughing. Don't get Jay Stoggs talking about the Charlie Wilson concert.
Oh my God.
Oh,
An
man.
hour this guy sings. I'm sorry. He didn't sing for an hour. He complained for 30 minutes about his knees, and then he kept on singing. I would stop dancing, sit on the stool. They put a stool out for you, bruh. Just sit down. Just sit down.
Shoot. It was
Sit
lovely,
down.
dog. It was lovely, man. Big ups
I
to
didn't
Newark.
need his whole discography. I didn't need that, man. He ain't got to sing every song. He needs to sing songs that weren't even his.
My
That's
bad.
like when I saw Goody Mob and CeeLo. They had to bring out a couch for CeeLo Green. And he was sitting down on the couch. While he was
I'm not
singing.
mad at that.
CeeLo was
I
sitting on
am
the
not mad at that.
CeeLo look like that uncle at the picnic that eat
No.
all the. He got a plate. Ain't got nothing but
No.
ribs.
No, it's because my uncles don't wear what he wears.
Well, I'm going back to early CeeLo with the jogging pants and the white beaters. Not CeeLo with like the pink sequins fur coats and stuff, dog.
Dude, not even the moo, like the whole thing, like the thing, like it was a one piece. I'm really more jealous because I want to wear that to work, but I can't wear that to work because people will look at me.
Jay, if you ever put on the moo, please take a picture and let me see it, dog.
I want the CeeLo moo though. That's the one.
Oh Jesus! What
I don't even know what that's called. It's not a moo. It's something else.
Silver.
Say what?
Paint yourself silver like he did.
I will not.
that boy came out looking like a hood ornament.
What the hell that was?
Everybody ain't capable, man. I'm not hating on that man. Some people just, they comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with that.
Hey man, one quick question before we get on from this.
Yeah.
Did anybody ever see Johnny
Yes, sir.
Manziel falling from grace like he did? And I think he was a downfall. But I don't know how much of a chance he got or if anybody even really cares.
After the third game, yes. After the third game, I was like, oh, this is not going to end well for you. Because he thought he was fast. And those D linemen and D ends were like, oh, no. Let me show you something, bruh. This ain't college. This here the pros. After the third game, I was like, oh, it's a wrap.
That's a guy to me that was just too small to play that damn position, bro.
Mm.
Just way
can't
too
say
small
that.
to play that position.
can't
Yeah,
say that.
I think he was. I think Kyler Murray is probably
I was about to say, you got the
Bigger
Kyler
than him.
Murrays. Michael
Kyler,
Vick
I
wasn't
think-
all that big.
but
But he thought he was faster than what he was. I'll say that. And they quickly showed him, no, you're not. And he didn't have a good line. I mean, it was just a bad situation for him. And
Yeah.
you kind of hate it
Yeah.
for first round, and especially, first 5 picks that go to QBs. You're going to a bad team. You know that.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
get ready. Strap it up, homie.
Right.
Strap
I
it
got
up,
you.
Buttercup.
All
True
right.
that.
All
True
right.
that.
Hey,
True that.
I know we're running. We've been on here a minute. I don't want to hold up everybody's time. There's one more thing that came up on social media that I saw a picture of, and I said I just had to get you guys' take on it.
Hold
With
on.
What's wrong?
Make sure everyone likes, subscribe, and tackle that bell so you know when Big Game Entertainment is on. That's all.
All right. You scared me for a second. I thought I forgot something.
You did.
Hey, right here. I want to know if y'all agree or disagree.
Oh,
this dude here.
man.
So he said the
Man.
GOAT conversation has officially ended. They were a championship contender in the preseason, and they missed the playoffs. This was historically the worst season in Lakers history. There's no covering that up this time. Last night cemented Jordan's legacy as GOAT. This discussion is over, period. Now, Stephen A. Smith says shut off the GOAT talk between LeBron James and Michael Jordan. What you guys?
Hold on, Big Game. Let me say this, okay? Because you're gonna pontificate and all of that. Look, this dude he's clickbait. That's all he is. He's clickbait.
That's on the.
I
you.
don't like Stephen A.
He's
Man.
clickbait.
I don't.
He is
I
clickbait.
don't like him. I
He
hate how
says
he
stuff
gets
to get
on
people
every.
upset.
damn black athlete. He's I ain't trying to say Uncle Tom, but he got some Tomish ways.
No. That's the other guy. That's
Who's
the
Jason
other guy.
Whitlock?
That's the
Whitlock.
one.
Oh yeah, Whitlock. Of
Hey
That's the
course.
man,
one.
I swear to y'all,
Whitlock,
if I
of
ever
course.
see Jason Whitlock in person, I might be fighting on sight.
Man, I
I
just
can't
Getting that Will
need
stand that.
Smith clap.
I just need to get him on an MLK. Any MLK in the U.S. I just need him to go there.
He's not going to MLK.
I
He
just
might
trick
he
him.
might go to Dunkin' or
Tell-
KFC.
Tell
But he's
Staying
not
over
going
Dale
to
Drive.
MLK.
Tell them they got free chicken at MLK.
He probably the kind of brother that say he don't eat chicken with bones no more.
Oh my
He
gosh.
only go eat chicken strips. He that kind of black dude.
Yeah.
He don't even eat chickens with bones
And
on
he
them no
and
more.
he eat them with a fork and a knife.
Yeah, he gonna cut his chicken before he
Yeah.
eat it.
Cut his
He's
chicken
that
and
brother.
dip it in.
It's
You
horrible.
know. No, I believe.
Like I said, Stephen A. is.
But
You know
But
what?
do you
Someone
agree?
said.
Regardless of
Someone
Stephen A.
said.
But
and
do
I
you
really
agree
like
with
how
what
they
he
put
said
this.
though?
Each play, like Jordan was the most influential in his era.
Yes.
LeBron is the most influential in his era.
Ooh. Look at Big Low. Uh-oh.
Most influential.
This one I
Most
wish I had that
influential.
Scooby Doo button. Huh?
I
Most
mean,
influential.
so let me ask you this: how has
Yeah.
LeBron influenced the game, like the way people play the game?
Not only how they play the game, social activism is what he's done.
I'm just
I
talking
think
about the game.
Okay. I mean, he really is kind of the first one to bring about, the super team, as it were, as it is today. Even though the super team, preceded him, the Lakers did it first, if you ask me. It was the Lakers, they did it, and then Boston did it, but he did it to a level that it was like, okay, like free agency today was nothing like it was before LeBron had the decision. It was nothing. Like, players didn't force teams to say, you finna trade me, and this is who you finna trade me to. Like, that didn't happen before him.
So, like, we're talking about. I guess I'm looking at it differently, because whenever you say the word influential,
Mm-hmm.
right, I'm thinking, how the game was influenced. So, I think it's Steph Curry. It's like we seen the All-Star game. There were people dunking. There were like 50 dunks in that game. Like, oh man, that was a good dunk. But let Damian Lillard shoot a 33-foot 3-pointer. Oh my God! Did you see that? Go down to
Kobe
the
did it.
basketball court. Go
Kobe
down
has
to the
done that.
basketball court. All these kids,
Kobe
they
is
wanna
shot
shoot
from
threes.
logos.
He makes a
All
point.
these kids want to shoot threes. I feel like Steph has been more
He
influential in the
makes a
game.
point. How many people you seeing now, especially like you said, kids wanting to shoot, and they don't even want to shoot threes from the 3-point line anymore.
No,
Right, they won't go to the parking lot and shoot them.
Yeah, they shooting 10 fucking
And
feet
Jay
back.
Stoggs, they shoot the threes
Jordan-
more than LeBron want to shoot them.
But Jordan changed the game in the way that, number one, the fashion, because now everyone wanted Jordans, right? He was the first one to do that. Because before Jordan, everyone wore the same shoes. They wore the same color shoes, right? Like, he got fined for wearing the black and reds. That's a fact, with the different colorways. So he was influential in that. He was influential in the fact that now one person can take over a game. Okay? Before it was a team concept. With Jordan, it was now individual game. Your individual game will bring everybody with you, right? With LeBron, to me, he's kind of a throwback. And I never compare him to Jordan because he's not a Jordan type. If anything, he is a Magic type where he can play every position. He gets the whole team involved. And so, to me, the influence that he has is let's get the squad together and we're going to push it forward. But I think more so the activism, the entrepreneurism, while he's still a player. He didn't wait until he left. He's still doing it while he's playing. And just the fact that his longevity, I mean, look, he's known by one name, LeBron. He's known by one name.
MJ.
KD, Steph, they all have one name now.
Magic.
Kareem.
Influence. Influential. All of them influential.
But
I don't know about KD. Influential.
Now I will
But-
say this about Stocks. He has always been the one to say, "Don't compare Jordan and LeBron. Compare LeBron to Matt." He has said that
yeah, I
many a
agree.
times on different shows that we had. I just thought that the way this comment came out and that picture they put up, if we got to see the picture again, just look at Stephen A's face in this picture.
Why?
Just so ratatouille, so cheesy, so slime ballish.
Clickbait.
Where I was just like, let me ask the fellas in the shop
Douchey.
what they think about this statement and how true it is. Now, lo and behold, the Lakers season was horrible. We all know that.
What? Yeah, what?
Yeah.
If you still look at LeBron's numbers for the games he played and how healthy he was, it wasn't his fault alone.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
But let's consider though, it's like LeBron also has a lot to do with the personnel decisions.
That's the part right there. That's the part
Bang.
that
You know,
is.
Bam.
Because it's like
Every place he's been influential to have
Exactly.
whatever team that he desired to have around him.
Gotcha.
the
Yep.
difference
was able to
between
do that.
LeBron and Jordan is Michael
Jordan didn't
owned-
ask people to come over there and play with him.
Not only
But he
that,
got rid
but
of him.
Jordan
got rid
owned
of him,
his
though.
house. Jordan owned his house. LeBron rents his.
No.
And it's like LeBron, he'll come in and he'll make all kinds of changes. And then as soon as it all goes down like a Kanye West,
He find a
and
scapegoat.
Johnson
He
song,
find somebody else to blame.
he
You ever heard of Craig
finally-
Hodges?
then he's gone. Like he's gone. It's like he's already lobbying to play with Steph now. I don't know if y'all seen that. He was like, I wouldn't
Yeah,
mind
yeah.
playing with Steph. Steph like, nah, we good. I'm good
Yes,
over here.
that's what we great, bro.
Look, Jordan got rid of Craig Hodges. Jordan got rid of Paxson. That's just what it is. So he made decisions.
Yeah.
And he made sure that Isaiah never got a gold medal. You can say what you want to, but that's a fact. So, he had influence. He had influence where he is and what he wanted to do. But again, I say don't compare them. They're two different players, two different eras.
That's it. I'm
It's
good
just
right
what
now.
it is. It's what it is. And you have more players now in the league that can have more influence, especially to Big Game's point. They're on Twitter. They're on Instagram. They're on more social media. I mean, Jay Morant right now is the hottest thing out there, right? More so than LeBron, more so than Steph.
Hey, we need to see if we can get Ja at least one more chain. I don't think he had enough on last night. I think he need one more chain though.
What was he, 5 chains now? 6
Man, he's about
chains?
10
I don't
chains.
care.
He had a Mr. T starter kit on.
You know what? But he can play
I
the
pity
ball.
the fool that dunk on people like that.
He can play ball. So, it is what it is.
That he can. But I just had to ask that question, man.
He's clickbait.
Again, hey, man, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and the interaction that we had going on. The first BG Entertainment mock draft. Big Low Country, thank you again, Big Dog, for coming in and helping us do this draft.
Man, come back, Big
and
Low.
get things done.
Yeah, definitely.
Appreciate you, Low.
And Low, tell them again about your channel. And y'all, if y'all have not seen the shenanigans video on Big Low's channel, hey man, the onion stealing, I was gonna tell you about it, but you will not
Don't.
appreciate it until
Yeah.
you look at it and see it. But Big Low, tell them again where to find you on YouTube, man.
Yeah, man. Y'all check me out. Big Low Country Sports. Look, I'm just a country boy, former football coach that just loves to sit around and talk about sports, man. That's what we do. Formerly from down South Georgia, but living up here in the big city of Atlanta now. And
Hey.
we just trying to keep up with everybody, man. Trying to keep up with everybody. So it's Big Low Country Sports. I'm sorry. It's spelled Kuntry. I didn't realize I was spelling it wrong until I graduated from college.
It is. That red clay, baby.
Right? It's right. It's right. You're from the country. You're right.
Right. For Big Low Country, the musicologist A. Reed, the buff nerd J. Stoggs, I'm your
Let's
man,
hope.
Big Game James, and you've been in here chilling in the chop shop. Appreciate you.
Wayne Haskins, man.
Have a good night. Hey, D. Hass, rest in peace.
Real, brother.